Where we come from, we each fight for loyalty, for freedom, or perhaps enlightenment. But not here. Here we cast aside our disparate beliefs, our barriers and preconceived notions, and band together as a global force to engage in some of the largest competitive battles this world has ever seen. We are the squads, the platoons, the empires and servers, full of players coordinating a complex game of strategy and tactics. This is where combined arms happens. This is where war comes to play. This is ServerSmash.
Time. Woo!
It's Ulysses. I'm Force Commander for Miller tonight.
I'm Blackjack, I'm the false commander for Cobalt.
Okay, today we've got a nice eclectic group from the MLG side, I Red October, who represented really well in the community clash, going down to more casual outfits. Wasp, sorry, I shouldn't forget the guys who reached the final mercenary. We got Wasp, RNX, Deathwatch Gaming, MDK. Sorry, that's something to come over comms which totally threw me. We've also got XDT, Vantage Revenge, Deathwatch Gaming, RPS, FRC, MDK, and a few guys that are going to be flying air superiority for us today, or at least we certainly hope so. I also missed off CSG, the Coldstream Guard.
Let's do some outfit intros then. If you just want to pass on to your members and they just say something about their outfit, that'll be cool as well. I mean, we've got about 20 minutes to kill, so.
Good. In that case, then I'll kick us off with XDT. Do you want to lead the way for Miller? Introduce your outfit.
Sure thing, Ulysses. Hello again, everybody. This is Envinator from XDT. We are an international 10-year-old veteran NC outfit on Miller. We have a casual community and a competitive mindset on the field. As a set of extra advertisement, we have Red Cardinalka from the Friday Night Ops discussion panel fighting along with us today. Our website is www.xdt.engine.com. Thank you.
I.
Yes, hello. So this is Passion Lover for I and
It's Innie. Jesus
Innie,
Christ, you're
sorry.
even in the outfit.
Sorry.
He's
So much pressure now.
So
Innie Elite was one of the most well-known and respected outfits back on Werner, and we big on organized operation. We often fight behind the front lines. We are currently recruiting, and you can find us on ini-elite.co.uk. And best of luck to Cobalt.
Red October.
Yeah, hi guys, we're the Russian-speaking outfit from the Miller, playing for the Terran Republic. Have a great respect for our opponents here and also for our, let's say, comrades in this evening fight. We just have two ways of playing. Some of our guys playing it casually, and most of our guys want a competitive gameplay in the planet side too. Hope so I will provide us with this. So basically that is it. If you're Russian speaking and want to join us, just send me a PM in the game.
Thank you. ISK.
I am Sundray. I am currently platoon leading for ISK. We are an old outfit. We started off in Planetside 1. We're mostly casual players, and well, that's pretty much all we got. We got Pi if anyone's interested.
Pi is always good. CSG.
Yeah, I'm Norrington from the CSG. We're probably one of the smaller outfits and maybe one of the less known outfits of the list. But we have a very active core of experienced players with whom we've put together a very competitive squad, I think, today.
Thank you. Roughnecks.
Good evening. We are playing TR on Miller, though, and I want to leave some German hier for a second. Wir suchen immer noch neue Leute. Wenn ihr euch bewerben wollt, bewerbt euch einfach unter www.roughnecks.de für Teamplay und so weiter.
He just said basically, if you speak German, come play for us.
I just made some outfit advertisements, so if people are still interested, they can come www.roughnecks.de. I mean, and yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, is there anybody from Mercenary here? I don't see it in the list.
Nope.
That's cool for Mercenary. Okay, Wasp.
We're Wasp, NC outfit from Miller. We focus on combined arms and a strong focus on organisation and tactics on the live server. We're always looking for new members, regardless of what battle rank they are, as long as you show the effort. So if you're interested in joining, come visit us at wasp-inc.com.
Thank you. Ivry.
Gorn,
so
we
you
can't
pressing
hear
the
you,
button,
mate.
no sound.
I'm gonna fix that.
Oops. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Hi. I'm Gorn. I'm the liaison officer of One's Revenge, and we're a German-speaking outfit. We like to play Tactica, and today is a special day for us because we play with Deutsche Elite Offensive. That's the DEO. It's also a German-speaking outfit, and yeah, both outfits are looking for new players, and yeah, if you're interested, just look us up.
Thank you. Deathwatch Gaming.
Hey guys, I'm the Page Man from Deathwatch Gaming. We are an outfit that has been reviving recently, and we have always been interested in entering the competitive scene of Planetside whenever that was supposed to arrive. We feel like Vanu EU needs to be represented, and we are looking to gather those who share that idea. So, if you are not already on Miller, come and join us.
Praise Papa Vanu. Rock Planet Shotgun, please.
Hey, good evening, Cooper. I'm the founder of Rock Planet Shotgun, and we're here today with our sister outfit, the Traitors. We have a Vanu and an NC outfit. We are based in the community of the PC gaming website Rock Paper Shotgun, and we accept members of that community. Welcome to come and join Planetside. Try it out, play it with us. So best way to find us is go via the forums at Rock Paper Shotgun.
Thank you. FRC.
Hello, this is Esamir. We're an outfit of French-speaking players, mostly casual players, but we're just beginning competitive, and we're really looking forward to the ServerSmash.
Good stuff. MDK.
Hello, I'm Talitali, and we're from NDK, which stands for Mandrake. We are a Spanish community that's been around for over 10 years or so, and we've been fighting for Papa Vanu since beta. Even though we usually play casual, what we love the most is playing tactically and organized, and to this end we do operations and trainings regularly, as well as joining forces with the TVA. It's our second time in a row in a ServerSmash, and we are ready to give our best. And you can find us in clanmandrake.com, and gracias y suerte.
Good stuff. Spitlash, do you want to give a little wing waggle to the conglomerate that is Miller Air?
Sure. Yeah, so we're the Miller Pilots, gathering around the subreddit Miller Pilots, and basically we're just like-minded individuals from all factions who enjoy flying mostly. And we do Top Gun Tuesdays on the PTS servers, where everyone, of course, are welcome to join. It's being revived here next week, when I'm done with my thesis. And yeah, really looking forward to butting heads with the Cobalt there tonight, so yeah.
Thank you very much, Farah. That's everybody now introduced from Miller server.
Thank you. Well, Blackjack, why don't you take it away for Cobalt?
Hey, I'll just go straight into the interviews then. I'll start with my outfit so I don't forget it when I've gone through the rest of the list, and that's Trident. We're a fairly large VS outfit. We'll accept anyone that wants to play with us. We do more public platoons, we do some more private squads on our own Mumble server. And if you'd like to play with us, all you've got to do is join Cobalt, join VS, and find any one of our public platoons we run. They run most nights. And just ask anyone in there for an invite and we'll get you sorted. You can also visit our website at tridentoutfit.com. And from there, I'll just go down the list of outfits that Cobalt will bring, and we'll start with PTMC, which is Phantom Company.
Oh, hi. I'm Sam. I'm representing PTMC. That stands for Phantom Company. We're a medium-sized, sized outfit on the VS. We fight for Vanu, and we specialize in infantry play, tactical infantry play, and combined arms gameplay. If you want to join us, we have a forum, ptmc.engine.com. We have a recruitment thread on the official SOE forums, or you can hit up one of our offices in-game.
Next.
Sorry, the next is AOTR.
Alright, hey guys, I'm Martin Metal from the Army of the Republic. We concentrate primarily on casual infantry gameplay, and twice a week we do a tactical squad where we like to take things a bit more seriously, or we practice new ideas for defending and assaulting bases. So if that sounds fun and interesting to you, then feel free to apply on www.terran-republic.eu.
Okay, and the next outfit is, when this list opens, Red Impact, RIMG.
Hey, that's Rush from Red Impact. On the match we're gonna run with attack RI only. Yeah, we had the outfit on Cobalt, one of medium-sized, not very big, but compared to the others, still the biggest outfit on the server, at least active at the moment. Yeah, we're running with around 1 platoon to 2 a day. And yeah, specialized also in infantry, but running an air squad and tank squad as well on the Sunday operations we do. And if you're interested in joining us, we are recruiting, but you need to be at least tier 15 or higher on the tier side on Cobalt already to become a recruit, and yeah, we'll happy to see you in game.
Let's keep moving down the list. Next up is Falls.
Hello, I'm Sher from Fools. We are mostly a lock-on based outfit. We started in Farmville and we try to bring the same philosophy to Cobalt.
And on that note, moving to PL13.
Hi, I'm Buchan from Polish NC outfit PL13. We're a medium-sized outfit. We mostly run 1 or 2 squads in prime time. We mostly focus on infantry and normal warfare. We also run ops 2 times in a week when we train special tactics. So basically, if you're Polish and interested in strong team play, you should visit pl13.com.pl for more info.
And to move on next, Dale, but I think they're not here this time.
Yeah, Dale withdrew due to personal issues.
Take, TIC.
Yeah, well, hello. My name is Frequenzwasser. I'm representing the TIC, the Terran Imperator Company of Cobalt. We are, as implied, TR outfit of smaller scale. We are focusing into airborne skirmish operations and squad scaled infantry tactics play, and are proud partaker in the ServerSmash series and looking forward to the match tonight. If you like more information, you can join us on our website of tic.engine.com. Thank you.
And next up is Blue Man Group.
Hello, it's Katie here from the Blue Man Group. We are a small German outfit and we are running 1 to 2 squads in the evenings. And if you're interested to join with us on the ground, just Google us, and we are to find on every major recruiting thread in the forums.
Section France. No one there from them, so 1TNC.
Hi, yeah, this is Lawrence from the new conglomerate, 1TNC. We're a fairly hardcore outfit specialising in using the Beamer, and to join us you've got to be sort of BR 50 or over. Pretty hardcore outfit, looking to really mess things up today. Shout out to Passionate Lover. I'm looking for you, bro.
If I had the soundboard, it would be If You Can Feel the Love Tonight. Right, moving on.
Jesters.
Hey, my name is Powerpufters. I'm the leader of the Jesters gaming community.
I took over the Jesters a year ago when I spread a lot of nasty lies and rumours about the first leader of the Jesters, which eventually led to his downfall and my quick rise to power. Currently, approximately 300 active members enjoy living in the shadow of my rule. We're currently recruiting new members, however all new applicants must submit their application through the medium of song on our TeamSpeak. You can apply on our forums at jestersnc.com, where you can find a list of songs that are accepted with the application. Thank you.
Anyone from Kane here?
Yes, I'm here.
There you go. Terrabird up next.
Terrabird from Kane. We're an experienced active NC outfit on Cobalt. Our main focus is tactical team play. We also like to mix it up with some farming and messing around at times. If you'd like to see how we play with public platoon every Monday night, you can also find us on the TeamSpeak of the Jesters. There's jestersnc.com.
The Reapers up next.
Yeah, the representative from the Reapers were infantry-based outfit on Cobalt and Seaside, running open platoons on a daily basis. If you want to join us, check out our website www.reapers.com or just join us in an open platoon.
Next up is Jetta, but I don't see anyone here from them, so we'll move to X-Power, who are also not here, so Chimera.
Hello, my name is Dan Barker and I'm representing Chimera. We're a small outfit playing on a TR, and honestly, we're the best outfit in the game. None of you can compare. We notice Passionate Lover is playing for Miller now, their platoon leader. Used to be in Chimera. Kind of shows how good we are. We specialise in farming Zergbits like Trid and Jest, and just taking names. We're just that good. And if you want to join us, you can't. I'm sorry, we're too good for you.
With that, we'll move back to 709, who I missed on the first round.
Hello, this is Reeve from 709 in cooperation with Blackstar. We are a German outfit of the NC on Cobalt, and we are most enjoying tank driving. Our recruiting informations are in the SOE forums. Thank you.
Now RSG.
Hello, we're the Republican Shock God, Binta Connery, and we've been around for about 1.5 years, and there's nothing special about us. We're small. We mainly do infantry tactics. And if you want to find out how to get in touch with us and ask us about our supposed infamy, just go on the forums and Cobalt Recruitment and find us there. Catch you later.
Next up is DGMA.
Hello guys, this is Riddix from DGMA, called Deutsche Online Gamer Allianz. We are the biggest TR outfit. No, we aren't, sorry. But we are a very big outfit, German speaking, and if you're new to this game and interested in heavily tactical play, you're always welcome to us. You can find us on our TeamSpeak server. We are currently sitting on the terranrepublic.net, and we also have our website, it's djma.eu. And yeah, see you in the verse.
And finally coming up is Beautiful and Tasty Lacey.
Hello, this is Matthias. Oh, I'm sorry, my name is actually Gruchel, and I represent Lacey this evening, and we are predominantly an air outfit, although we do a little bit of everything on the side, and if you want to join, you can go to lacy-ps2.com, then jump in the TeamSpeak, the information is all there. We are currently recruiting sexy French and Spanish women to satisfy some of the needs of our more older members, so if you do meet that criteria, please apply today. Yeah, I'm kind of finished now, if you didn't get that.
It's okay, we're all dying
and that's
inside.
everyone from Cobalt.
Awesome. Alright, well, thanks very much, guys. You're by all means free to return to your channels. We will start on the hour, which is about 6 minutes from now. Higby is online, so fingers crossed he will start an alert for us. But if not, I'll give an all call.
And before I leave, please remember to raise your RSG.
Sorry, what?
Raise your RSG, my friend.
Hey Lanzer, how you doing?
Hey man, got here as soon as I could.
Yeah, we got Odin's Pride here helping out, so if you can say something to Odin's just for everyone else out there, that'd be appreciated. Or maybe we have to give you permissions. There we go. Right guys, again, OBS, I muted my microphone at the beginning, so let me reintroduce myself. Hello everyone, I am Farah. I will be your host, caster, best buddy, best man, confidant, perhaps, if we get better to know each other, personal lover, but let's just not get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, slow it down there.
Yeah, you just need to take it one server smash at a time. Okay.
Oh, happened so fast.
It does indeed. Alright, everyone's whispering me on TeamSpeak. What do they want? Anyway, right. Today we have another server smash, Miller versus Cobalt, and I'm going to check out the rules for you guys. I'll just show you here on stream. If you haven't seen the previous two server smashes, we've split out the Esamir map setup so that we're on a point system. So I'll just go this fairly quickly because we've got 5 minutes until the game starts. Small outposts are 1 point. They're like 1 point capture bases, so they're like there's only one objective, A, right? Large outposts that have 3 capture sections, they're worth 2 points. A major facility, like a base, is worth 5 points. And the octagon, because it's unique and has 4 capture points, is worth 3 points. That means the whole map is worth 91 points, I think. And teams start off, I believe, with like 31 or 27. You know what? I don't actually know the maths myself. All I know is that it works really well, and I will tell Lanzer to add up all the numbers when we start. So that's fine. But anyway, there won't be a draw today. So we'll definitely have a victor, as we have the last 2 weeks with Miller Matheson. And yikes, I can't even remember what happened last week, although I know it was really bad for one of the EU server. Can you remember, Lancer? Help me out here. Who played last week?
Connery won.
There you go, Connery versus... I'm getting old, man. Anyway, moving back to today's game. So, Lancer, have you watched these games before? You know, these Esamir games?
Have I watched the Esamir matches before? Yeah, I have.
So, where do you think the main contention points are going to come in? Because when I look at the map, and Odin, if you get your mic working, by all means, say hello. Where do you see the main, friction points being? I can't hear him.
I can hear him. Can you hear him?
I can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Fine, got you sorted.
The main contention points I've seen so far have been Isa and Ymir.
Yeah, so because it's a 2-hour battle, the air resources from Freyr Amp Station and Weimar Biolab will certainly come into play. And as far as immediate contention points, Esamir and Munitions Corp and Ryan Analytics are definitely where you can go at each other immediately, and it's the same with the Octagon. Both teams can see each other at the Octagon immediately. Other than that, you will have neutral bases, i.e. third faction, so teams will have to take their neutral base before they can move on to the main facility itself. ISA is the only base that is a long capture at the beginning that is easily accessible, so it's like a 7-minute cap. And both previous server smashes, we've seen basically one server just give up on it, not actually try, and the other one gets it for free, and it's a really difficult base to attack once the game has actually started.
Do you have an extra cam?
I do indeed. I'll have to give it to you in a little second.
Yeah, right now, I mean, last time the 2 biggest fights, definitely right off the bat, I know Dread Legion, we were playing for Connery, and we were dropped on the Octagon, and give those Woodman guys credit, it was probably the most intense, 10-minute fight that we've ever been a part of. So I'm going there. I don't know where you're going to go, Farah, but I want to watch the fighting at Octagon.
Right. So, so we just need to see what happens in the south, and the Amp Station, the Biolab, there will be quick caps. I want to see whether or not teams give up in the tech plant or they both fight it because it's neutral. We have about a minute to go. Let's have a look. I'll just ask Higby in game if he's going to give us a lovely alert.
So Odin, last time, how did the Octagon ebb and flow go?
Octagon ebb and flow went pretty intensely. I know that we dropped, because we were on the Southern Warp Gate, we dropped on the South Triple, the Sea Point, and it sounded like the Cobalt guys, or pardon me, not the Cobalt, the Woodman fellows dropped on the North on DNA, and we kind of met in the middle. And it was pretty intense. There were scythes and mosquitoes in the dozens flying around and trying to murder each other, crashing into each other, debris everywhere, and it was a lot of death and mayhem. But we were pushed off initially, and then we came back in and were able to resecure it with a little bit of extra help.
When you all, whoever broke through, did it end up becoming a main weakness point, or was it just kind of a drop in the bucket?
2 seconds,
really
guys.
depends. Yep.
I'm just gonna.
Farah, which faction are you? Which faction are you, Farah?
I'm NC.
I'm VS.
Alright then.
I don't think Higby's going to be here.
TR and VS?
Higby's online, but I can whisper him, but he's not actually saying anything. So what we'll do is I will warp over to the NC warp gate, see what's going on there, and I will just basically make an all call to start the match.
Okay, you want to give him a heads up?
Tell you what, I'll tell them to go on the next resource tick. There you go. So that will be 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
That's smart. Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, so I don't think my all call works in OBS. What I was just saying to everyone is that the next deposit, which is in 2 minutes 10 seconds, is when we're going to start the game.
You've got your camera ready, or not your camera, your timer ready this time, right?
I do have my timer ready because we don't have alert this time.
Alright.
Right, so anyway, you guys were saying, as you were looking at the map.
Yeah,
it really depends, honestly. I mean, depends who takes it, and it depends on what they do with it. For Woodman, it ended up being one of many thorns in their side, so to speak.
Because Connery took it?
Yeah, because Connery took it, but if the Eastern Warp Gate is able to take it, then there's a lot of things that you can do with it. You know, it's one of those things, kind of like a biolab, like you really, really want to prioritize taking it off the bat. Because it's, you know, obviously it's much harder to take the Octagon when it's already being owned as opposed to neutral. So it depends. It depends on if you lose the Octagon. It really depends on how you prioritize things, and each server prioritizes different things. So it'll be interesting to see how Cobalt
we got 60 seconds until we start. But the problem is that what I've seen is that Zero listing post becomes a real choke point if you want to try and push out. And even if you do get into the Octagon and start pushing from Echo Valley Substation, you're still redirected back into the Biolab. So the Freya Ramp Station, the Zero Listing Post, and the Weimar Biolab are three natural choke points that are really hard to get past, or Mani Biolab. So, but at that point, you've got advantage. We saw that in the Miller-Matheson game where one team basically was able to redeploy more than the other and apply more pressure, but it was still, those would be the choke points, mainly the large outposts.
30 seconds.
Yep.
I'm excited. Got a ton of air getting ready to get pulled from.
Do you think
Cobalt.
There will be, because we've seen in previous instances in the Miller-Matheson, Miller had huge air, but it wasn't supremely effective because, you know, Matheson just redeployed. And in the game last week, we saw that one of the servers had huge air, and they Connery put their air totally to purpose. So what do you think is going to happen here? In 3 seconds. Tell us what you think. Big fight or not? Anyway, right.
Big fight.
And the game is live, guys. I will just start the timer.
One side crashes into another right away. Excellent.
Be interested to see where each server prioritizes their first attacks.
Well, there are a lot of galaxies from Miller. Miller, by the way, I should just mention, actually, Miller's playing New Conglomerate today, and they're fighting from the Esamir Southern Warp Gate. Cobalt will be fighting from the Northeastern Warp Gate, and they will be playing Vanu today.
Not too many gals from the Vanu though. Not near as much as I see from the NC.
It's interesting. I guess maybe they're flying out. Now, do you know if we have?
They have a Scythe Armada. That's for sure. Looks like back in Star Wars when they're insulting the Death Star. That's what this looks like.
Now the question is, it looks like Miller's forces are mainly moving along to the south.
They're gonna meet Cobalt head to head because right over Ymir.
A lot of concentration of VS going straight to ISA though.
Yeah, I do see them flying over the tech plant. Now you see the scythes, they are beginning to... Well, they're trying to find where the enemy is, but it looks like the south is the focus for Miller.
NC took Octagon points right away.
We do have an air fight going on over the southern biolab. You can see a good number of scythes engaging the Miller Reavers.
There's 2 NC, 3, 4 NC gals dropping 5. I can't even count how many gals that are coming in to Ymir Biolab. Looks like Miller is prioritizing heavily on the Ymir. They just dropped about 8 gals worth of dudes.
Why would you... Well, okay, I guess you're going to drop a Miller because you want to set it up, but the problem is, for me personally, that is 4 minutes of people on the biolab that are doing nothing. Because at the end of the day, you have to wait for the 4-minute hack on Weimar Southern Reach. I'd rather use those forces somewhere else, such as the Octagon, or let's say Rime Analytics, or S Munitions Corp. Just because...
I think the...
Pretty good fight going on in the Octagon. That's where they seem to be clashing.
Yeah, I think the biggest thought is you have 4 minutes to prepare your defenses, as opposed to having to scramble in.
I suppose. Well, the point is, yes, VS has air domination currently over the Octagon. Looks like they've also got ground suppressing PPA or Banshees. Miller is the only one with infantry on the ground, it looks like at the moment, except from Charlie, which has been taken over. Oh, okay, Cobalt's come in with a large infantry group, pushing out of Charlie. There's no way that this Miller infantry force is going to be able to hold this.
Cobalt also snuck an offensive attack force at Esamir munitions. So they're trying to take both of those key regions around ISA.
Ferocious firefight going on between Cobalt and Miller, but the problem is the Cobalt forces, they've got maxes and they have air support. Banshees and rocket pods. Ow, that just looks painful to look at.
Where is the Miller force? Where are they concentrated?
Miller is all in Ymir. They have air dominance by quite a significant margin, and they are set up and getting ready to go.
Because they're not doing so hot at Esamir munitions. Yes.
At Octagon, Miller forces, they're using creative squad beacons to try and get positions, but I don't see how this can be a sustainable fight. It's just lolpod central. Yeah, I'll just turn my gain sign down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so I think Octagon is swung now in the favour of definitely Cobalt.
Yeah, looks like. Let's see what's going on at Frere.
Vanu's Revenge. Those are the guys who are at Octagon, I can tell. They actually do have maxes and they do have infantry on the Delta capture point. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough though. Too many explosives have come in and Cobalt's just cleaned up. Oof, yeah.
Where's the Miller air? I don't see that anywhere.
It was all over Ymir.
The Cobalt's done a pretty good job of maintaining air superiority over ISA and Frere both.
Well,
there's no air over Ymir anymore. I wonder if they both just beat the crap out of each other, and now they're both going onto the ground.
Yep, checking the population numbers, Weimar Southern Reach is about to flip in about 26 seconds, but it's exactly the same amount of time for Weimar Mine Watch and Eastern Way Station for the Cobalt forces. It's 50-50 actually in the biolab. I mean, are they already whacking away each other?
So here's the reason why you want to get to the biolab first, even though you're missing 4 minutes, because now they have set up and they're essentially blocking out any and all Cobalt
but you can
attempts to get into the biolab.
That's from the teleporter pad. However, you can use the jump pad. You can use the teleporters the instant you get the cap, and just bypass one strong max push out.
Okay, both regions capped next to Frere, so both of them have access to the amp station.
Yeah, can you go have a look at the amp station, Lancer, and tell me what's going on there in detail?
Honestly, it seems really quiet compared to some of these other 2 regions. Looks like all 3 points are flipping, can't tell.
Oh, we just saw Miller have a really good use of anti-vehicle. They killed off the spawn sunder at the jump pad for Cobalt. Oh, like that's actually Innie Elite. Hey Innie, how you doing? They're the guys that go to the sunder.
Station's just being taken by the VS. I don't see much of a NC presence here at all.
Yeah, we got a 2-to-1 population advantage at Weimar Biolab, but the important thing I'm noticing now is that ISA Tech Plant, oh, this is important. Now we're having a look at the map here. Because of the munitions hack, at Esamir Munitions Corp, that has stopped the NC, i.e. Miller, from attacking the mining operations. And because they couldn't get a hack on mining operations, they can't do anything to stop the tech plant hack. So this 2-1-2 squads that's currently a tech plant is going to get the tech plant for free. That's pretty smart. I really like that.
And NC at the Esamir Munitions seems to be doing more of a holding pattern rather than a defense.
Yeah, because they've only got 2 of the 3 capture points.
They've inserted themselves just enough to keep it, to slow it down, but not enough to push them out.
Here comes your Cobalt max push at Ymir. They're trying to go through the teleporter. They completely relegated the jump pad into a no man's land, did Miller. And
so if I had to guess, looks like Miller is just pushing one thing at a time. They're focusing all on Ymir, where
the thing is, if you look to the north in Freyr, they're outnumbered on Freyr. The problem is they've got too many forces committed, maybe to this point. They need to redeploy, spread their numbers out, at the very least to prevent. Well, the initial goal at the beginning is take the amp station, take the biolab, don't lose that, and most certainly contest the tech plant. And they've lost the tech plant unless some miracle kicks off. They're probably going to get this biolab.
Up as a sledgehammer. That might work in their favor, but I don't
no,
know.
Because they're winning.
Didn't work for Woodman.
No. The problem is you're working here. They got numbers, and they're going to take this biolab, but they're going to lose the tech plant, and they're going to lose the amp station. So they're going to be 2 behind.
And the Octagon's 40 seconds until it caps VS. Cobalt definitely has a very strong showing. They're about to cap Freyr as well.
Well, Miller's captured themselves the Weimar Biolab, and they'll see whether or not they push and press their advantage on the southern lane.
Good for them. We'll see if they can take advantage of that.
They're already set up on the northern outposts. They're getting ready to flip.
Octagon is flipping. Oh, wow, there's a huge armor response here at Octagon for Miller. I think it's DWG, maybe? It looks like it, maybe a few others. They're coming in at the last moment and they're flipping the points. There's still an air presence for Cobalt. Looks like Cobalt's playing virtually heavy air. Doesn't look like Miller's playing air at all. And there's just so many scythes in the air. I don't see how Miller's ground forces are going to survive, because it looks like they've abandoned their lightnings.
There's a couple sky guards, but I don't.
They're not manned. Only a few of them are manned, and this is the problem. They've managed to stall the capture at the Octagon, and it's 2 for 2 on the capture points at the Octagon. But alright, maybe they'll push out. But the thing is, the Sunders and the vehicles outside are exposed. It's just a matter of time until that air rips it all apart. Just look at all the scythes in the sky.
Yeah, the VS Sunder and their armor presence can actually be destroyed quite easily, but you have to get through that air brigade.
There's going to be at least 20 scythes in the air. This must be a whole platoon of air just bombing. And if we look at the vehicles, the last spawn Sunder is about, well, the second last one is dead, and the last one is now dead. And crucially, Miller doesn't have any hard spawn points. Now, yes, they can have squad beacons, but there must be about a platoon of Miller here. So they're going to need at least 4 squad beacons, and they don't have any max resupply, and they're now limited on how they move from cap point to cap point. Just absolutely brutal.
From what I can see, it looks like Cobalt has completely given up on the southern lanes, and Miller's just steamrolling them right now.
What's going on in the north then at the Freyr amp station? As we see a squad drop of VS.
Cobalt's just pushing through, and I still don't see any Miller presence stopping them. So it won't be long
Octagon is
before
now
they just make a
finally
beeline
captured by reinforcements for Cobalt.
I'd be interested to see if Cobalt does any redeploys for these southern lanes, because right now it's essentially ghost caps.
The tech plant, as we said, is going down to 2 minutes. There's still no connection. In fact, it looks like Miller is going to lose Esamir Missions Corp. They're definitely not going to be able to do anything about the tech plant. They've already lost the Octagon, but that's not as important. And Freyr Amp Station is also in the hands of Cobalt. And they're already pushing on Freyr. I mean, it's almost like a base trade, I guess, where one team is focusing on the south and another team is focusing on the north.
So Cobalt did something really cool. They came in and they resecured their one of their outposts, so they still actually have connection to Ymir in about 1 minute if they wanted to do a redeploy and try and focus down on the south. Because right now it looks like that's the only thing that's going in Miller's favor at the moment.
But you mean eastern? Yes. Yeah. Well, there's no one here for Miller.
Thanks, Higby. we got our alert.
Cheers, man. A bit late, but cheers.
Octagon VS. They're still fighting a bit over Esamir munitions. Frere is still... VS are just trudging along up north in Frere.
That will go over there and have a look. So in terms of Octagon, what's the Octagon forces doing? The Cobalt Octagon forces, are they going south, heading towards the AMP station, or are they going to try and go along to the west towards the Envari Biolab?
I don't think they need to go to Envari Biolab. They're already about to take substation.
We see the Miller force that was at Octagon is now pulled a lot of armor, and I mean a lot of armor, but they're all Skyguards and Sunders, slowly making their push back up to the Octagon.
If they could push down to Eli Amp, then it might release.
Cobalt's about to get themselves some Mag Riders though, and that's just going to be plain and downright annoying.
Are we going to see the first armor, our big armor ServerSmash? That'd be great.
I hope
so. We've seen it before, but the problem is the tech plant is going to make it heavily one-sided with regards to Cobalt having mags, and still 2 of the capture points on the Esamir Munitions Corp. It doesn't mean that the last moment a Miller force couldn't come in and make a strong save. I mean, still got 5 minutes to go.
Well, the good thing about Esamir is that it's a hopscotch from the warp gate, especially when you have vanguards.
Yeah, I'm thinking
so
that
I'm
thinking Miller is probably planning on just biding as much time and stop as many stem the tide as much as they can other places, and then go try and save Esamir munitions at the last second.
Yeah, well, that's Frere network compound. So Frere is now, well, it's about to be on the verge of being fully secured.
No, they actually resecured.
They took one of the compounds.
Substation.
Yeah,
their substation is back in NC control, but
have a look. It's in here. That's mercenaries are here. So mercenaries have defended and saved Frere substation, although they are being bombed outside by a lovely Bulldog Galaxy.
You know, you scoff, but all these Skyguards have actually done their job. They've completely pushed most of the air out of the way, and Miller's actually pushing up quite a bit onto the Octagon.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
I mean, you get enough Skyguards, and eventually they'll do the trick.
Right, but the problem is you can't take it inside the base. Eventually, you're gonna have to abandon them.
Very true.
Whereas air can bombard the inside as much as it can on the outside.
And apparently, also, if you get enough Skyguards, they can still take out Sundies relatively quickly.
NC doing a valiant job at substation, but they're just getting pounded from all directions. There's Bulldogs on the entrances.
Well, Mercs are doing a very good job at holding on to their capture point, Frere substation.
Yeah,
Cobalt really wants
so far they've been able to repel them, but they're losing.
Well, there's not been a strong force. It's just only a Galaxy with a Bulldog that's actually looking at them. We have a peek at the map. Esamir Munitions Corp is now coming under contention, as was the Traverse. Wow, this is all going off really, really quickly. In the south, it looks like there's been a response twice by the Cobalt forces. So the actual attack in the south from Miller has actually been stopped on both outposts. I'll go back
It'll
to
be
the
interesting to see how much Miller prioritizes, or if they're just going to be happy, holding the biolab, or if they're going to prioritize pushing up those lanes, maybe to not, or up to Sarah listing post.
Just to keep you up to date again, Esamir Munitions Corp has gone to Cobalt, ESA Tech Plant has gone to Cobalt, now ISA Mining Operation, which can only be captured by Cobalt, is undertake, as well as ISA Southern Camp, which can only be touched by Cobalt. So Cobalt has really got their strategies down here, where they've played really smart, and they're taking bases for free that Miller can't do anything about, even if they wanted to.
Well, this one squad at substation is pretty much tying up the...
They're keeping the Frere under potential contention. I already see the first couple of Mag Riders possibly trying to come in and attack the Miller ground team. It's a good coordination. They're actually staying in their Skyguards this time, so that's kind of keeping the enemy Air Force, i.e. Cobalt's, at bay. And they do have the 4 capture points, so Octagon is slowly flipping back. Now the question is...
It's a lot of air coming at them, though.
Yeah, and it's also Mag Riders. We can see the Mag Riders flanking around.
Bombing him. He's going to crash right into all of them. Look at that.
What are they going to do for the Mag Riders? Because they're getting picked off slowly. And it's 3 minutes 30. There's nothing saying that Cobalt can't be very smart and just come in the last 90 seconds with like 2 whole platoons and just stop the whole fight. Especially since all the vehicles are being picked off again by a combination of AP Mag Riders.
Yeah, I see a whole lot of purple coming down, bearing down on the Octagon right now. Scofflands and looks like Cobalt has completely bypassed any attempt to go to Eli Amp Station, and they're going straight to Pale Canyon, which gives them straight shot to Anbari. Big fight over there.
I don't understand this air group. I mean, if you can find Miller's air group, you'd let me know, because at the moment it's just huge numbers of scythes. Now, if I check the Esamir population, it is 51 to 46%. There is actually a population imbalance of. It's reasonable. It's about a squad, to tell it roughly.
I wonder if Miller overlearned their lesson from last time and thought that they didn't need that air domination that they prized so highly last time, and they went the other way.
It depends on the platoon composition, whether or not they've gone more on individual outfits and less on like air group. For the Octagon, it's a terrible example because, or a good example depending on your point of view, where it's a highly exposed base, as we see another organized push by Cobalt infantry forces. Lots of maxes. Holy crap! The guy has like 4 or 5 engineers, just following the maxes. Just follow the leader, guys.
The Miller advance up Ymir was stopped by some C4.
Well, that's the Octagon being pushed, and this is the problem, because there's a huge investment of forces on the Octagon that was not successful because Cobalt's Air Force suppressed, as well as the Mag Riders, and picked off enough of the vehicles that the air was not being suppressed by the Sky Guards because they couldn't get away from the Mag Riders. And then there's the coup de grace. In comes a reinforcement of about 1 or 2 squads of infantry with all the ground pounding support from the aircraft, and they just took the base back. And the thing is, they only turned up exactly when they needed to turn up. They weren't there wasting their time.
Air dominance can give that to you. It allows you to not have to drive everywhere. You can just take the gallows, you can take the sides, you can just redeploy
Cobalt
everywhere.
is mercilessly using their Mag Rider advantage right now, destroying Miller's lightning forces as they push down to Bridge Ward. Now, if we're looking at the map, I'll have a look quickly over at Weimar Biolab. The actual Biolab is under contention. One of the capture points has been attacked by Cobalt. The Eastern Weimar way station is about to be fully saved, and the Weimar Mine Watch has been fully saved. In terms of number populations, we can see it's roughly 50-50, so it is unlikely that the Cobalt forces can do anything, but they are tying up Miller in the Biolab, preventing them from fighting anywhere else.
VS trying to take Pell Canyon, but there's a sizable NC force around here.
They're outpopped 3-1, it looks like, over here. Where are you looking right now, Farah?
I am currently at the Bravo capture point in Weimar Biolab. They're watching an organized team just stalling with engineer turret. Mercenaries has come in. They didn't expect the engineer turret, and it's picked off a couple of their members. No maxes for mercenaries. That's probably why they could. Oh wait, I tell a lie. They do have a max on the capture point. They are above the defensive turret line of the Vanu, and now they're being attacked from the rear. A couple of grenades going. It's only a matter of time until this defensive Vanu force in Bravo has been mopped up. And that's them dead. Still plenty of Vanu, however, in the base, but it's not like they can make any progress. What's going on in the north?
Oh, right now I am seeing probably a good platoon's worth of scythes and liberators and galaxies just flying over Freo substation. They really want to lock off Freyr for the rest of the duration. I'm surprised they haven't. Oh, there they go. I was going to say they have the Traverse just sitting there waiting for them to be taken. Just send one guy to flip the point, but they ended up actually doing that recently. Took them a while though.
Yep.
So it looks like VS pretty much locked it down to 3-point. Munitions core, Octagon, now substation. That's their 3 points of contention up north. Just freeze them up.
Yeah, at this point you can if you're Cobalt, you can pretty much
now
decide.
I'm gonna say something really confrontational here, okay? Is Cobalt winning because they're Vanu and they have PPAs?
Leave it for Reddit to discuss.
Okay.
Vanu OP.
They have managed to get the.
That would be a crutch excuse if they were to use that.
Yeah, Cobalt's got themselves the capture point, and with all their air domination at Freyr substation, they are now suppressing the spawn room. Man, this is just so many Well, there's a lot of people inside the Miller spawn building, but they're completely surrounded by infantry watching all the exit points of Cobalt, and at any time they can just get supremely bombed. If we check the population numbers, it's 50-50, so I mean these NC guys from Miller are going to have to make a push at some point to get to A, and you know the moment they do, which I think this might be it now, they're going to get bombarded pretty hardcore.
Yeah, it looks like the best fight is probably at Ymir right now. It's the only even pop fight. Everything is getting air zerged over here at Fair Substation, and the VS are completely out popping Pale Canyon.
Well, we've got a double-pronged push here by Miller. Oh man, they're getting bombed so hard though by building whatnot. They just need to get inside the building. They can't afford to stay outside. Galaxies are coming around with bulldogs. It's mostly Galaxy that's bombing right now, but the bulldogs are doing a lot of splash damage before they even get to the capture point. 70 seconds until they... Oh my goodness. There's still some Miller forces left over, but it's just... They're all staying outside. They're not running inside, and that's the problem, because even though they've got guys defending on the inside, it's better to go in than get absolutely splash damaged by the Galaxies. And a couple of rocket launchers, C4 heavies, 2 maxes and A cap point. Doesn't look like Miller's going to be able to afford this. And this is all coming down to air domination and air control. Miller's inability to have air control is allowing Cobalt to literally park their Galaxies as giant bombing death machines and get free capture points. I mean, that infantry force should have easily taken A.
I was going to say, I'll be interested to see after the match whether Miller made a conscious choice to not pull air after the initial engagement, or what the idea was.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of pushing back the VS whenever they were there to actually enforce whatever it is they're doing. But that air presence, you know...
Or just parking your Galaxy, which allows your team to spawn in if necessary, so you don't need Sunders, you can use beacons, you can use your Sunder, you can, you know... See, another from the teleport room, another mercenaries push, but oh my god, just look at the bulldog death. They're not getting rid of the Galaxies, and that's it, they've lost the base. Yep. Also about to flip VS, as we now see if anyone's fighting over there.
No, it's
not. Completely ghost cap, not even anyone there, no one from Miller's responding at the moment. 15 seconds, no one's actually going to be able to stop that at all. Pale Canyon, we're going to warp over here now. Pale Canyon Chemical is the outsider leading up to Anvari, is being saved. We look at the rest of the map. Octagon is still slightly under contention, but it looks like the NC forces from Miller are having a hard time moving up from Bridgeward to get back to the Octagon ever since they lost it in the beginning. And again, what do I see? I see nothing but Air Force over the Octagon and Bridgeward's area. Where's Miller's Air Force?
Doesn't exist right now.
I see lots of Skyguards, but the problem with Skyguard play when you decide not to play the air game is that if you don't have the tech plant, you are literally walking into the enemy's game plan, because they just pull heavy main battle tanks and it's game over. Just a couple of them and it'll flank you and kill you. As my
Miller,
PC has a heart attack.
Cobalt Air Force is right at Pale Canyon. Carpet bombing anybody who's walking outside.
And when we see another push coming up with lots of lightnings and sunders for the Octagon, I question whether or not this is an effective use of resources, because you're eventually going to have to leave the vehicles. And even if you get all 4 capture points, it's a long 4 or 5 minute hack, meaning that at any time, the enemy team could just reinforce instantly with 1 or 2 platoons. We'll see how it goes. The
it's almost impossible to retake the Octagon if you don't have air dominance, really. It's so
because
easy
it's
just
so
to pick off their
open.
Sunders.
Now, if we're looking for Ymir, we actually see 4 Galaxies.
They
4...
have 18 seconds before VS capture Ymir.
We've got reinforcements coming in the Galaxies. So they're using the Galaxies as spawn points. They're not actually using Sunders at all. They're just using the Galaxies at the moment, which is interesting. Although they do have the sub... outposts that let them to Galaxy, Max and
I think
teleport
we're
in.
finally going to get to watch the Anvari Biolab fight. I don't think we've ever seen that before.
There's just so many VS. And if we look at the populations, it's still 51 to 46, so there's a slight imbalance where Cobalt has a few more people by a few percentage points, but 5% additional forces. but they have 2 of the capture points in the biolab, and the fact is they're heavily outnumbering the Miller forces.
Miller Sunday Bog facing off against Cobalt Mag Riders.
This is zooming Octagon.
Snowshear.
Oh, it's Snowshear. We'll have a look in a moment. See, this is the thing, right? See the fight that's going on at Octagon and at Bridgeward. NC Miller has more numbers, right? But that is a 4/5 minute hack. The Biolab, however, is only a 2-3 minute hack, and so Cobalt has decided, we can afford the numbers to overpop here and scrimp elsewhere, and we'll take the base. And that's exactly what's happening. They have population advantage. They have all the 3 capture points, and they're dominating the spawn room. Miller's responding at the absolute last second is not going to be enough. A big push going for Bravo, but even if they got Bravo, it'd still be seconds until the base gone through. And Miller has lost Wymere Biolab. Oh! And then they lost it. There you go. So see, they managed to get to Bravo.
What's crazy for me is Cobalt did that all without ever going for the SCU or the SCU shield generator.
Oh, they just control the points.
That shield generator was up the entire time, which was crazy for me. That goes against all Biolab meta I've ever played in not live.
Well, the thing is that if you go for the quick capture, and you don't waste your time on the generator, you actually capture the base before the gen goes through. So Cobalt is going to be mopping up the last resources, last resistance. It was a very effective attack. Now, if you're Cobalt, you can defend Wymere Biolab and just not be a static because you get the ability to jump in when you need to, or they can push along the Sutherland line to Ellie Amp Station. In terms of the Octagon, yes, it's true, Miller is attacking the Octagon, and they do have hack on. However, the important thing is that all those forces that were at the Biolab can now redeploy and come to the Octagon and save it, because Cobalt took the faster base that had the faster cap time. And on top of that, we see Cobalt's Air Force and Cobalt using the Octagon to spawn fresh tanks. So what I don't understand is why Miller actually had Octagon, and they actually had population advantage, but they did not blow up the vehicle terminal or hack it. Admittedly, it's tricky because it's between the spawn buildings, but it's really important because Mag Riders are being pulled, Thunders are being pulled, and because of the Air Force, there's no spawn points, there's no hard points for Miller. So this attack with all these Miller resources is a complete waste of time. They should have just moved everyone from Octagon to Wymere Biolab and saved the Wymere Biolab. So this is tricky here for Miller. We'll see what else is going on the map. Cobalt's continuing to push along the north. We can see that Snowshear is now 50-50. We're going to go over there and have a look.
Yeah, Sunny Ball was trying desperately to fight against 3 Mag Riders. Mag Riders had equipped armor piercing, so they kind of made
double AP.
Short work of all lightning that were in the area. Didn't see a Sunder pulled up there in the southwest.
Yeah. So right now, Miller, I mean, maybe Miller's infantry play, or maybe Miller's gun play, or squad play, whatever, is better for some outfits.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better for all outfits. But the fact is, maybe their tank play is better, but because it's Esamir, and because there's only one tech plant, we only have Mag Riders, because Cobalt made the smart play to get the tech plant, and they made a very good tactical play at the beginning, and you can tell it's having ramifications on the whole game. Well, it's not just the air. They made a very quick dash for Esamir munitions, and because they got Esamir munitions, they prevented any links to the adjacent bases for the tech plant.
Yeah, but it didn't look like Miller got to ISA tech plant
because
of the Cobalt air slowing them down.
No, the
you
thing
saw
is,
that at munitions.
they could have dropped it as quickly. It was a case of that it was a very quick attack on Esamir munitions squadron. Because it's a 3-cap base, it's much harder to have all 3 points before you can then move on to the next adjacent base, which is ISA mining operations. Once you've actually started that, even with just a Mozzie Bale or a Reaver Bale, then the enemy can't stop that. So the beginning is super important, that you get all your hacks on the neutral bases that no one has a connection to. Well, anyway, the Miller has made a save of Snowshear Watchtower. Snowshear is going to be the point that prevents any further advancement into Vari Biolab. It looks like there's a bit of a fight going on at Pale Canyon Chemical. Man, everything's changing so quickly.
It's over.
Cobalt
at Pale
air
Canyon.
shifting to Snowshear to
Again,
help
it's
with
an
that number.
open, exposed base. Moving from A to B or A to C is going to be tricky because of all this suppressing air power. Pale Canyon Chemical has fallen to the VS. Octagon is being fully secured by the VS. That's Cobalt. Cobalt's got a firm grip of Freyr Amp Station. They've got a very firm grip on the tech plant. Octagon, they're just coming back and saving when they choose to. And in the south, they've managed to get themselves Esamir Biolab, and it looks like they're actually beginning to try and push on the Weimar Southern Reach. Population numbers, we are 52 to 46, so I mean, it is not balanced numbers. I'd even hesitate to say if anyone wants to log on, by the way, and play for the NC, they'd probably welcome it.
That's opening such a can of worms. Let's
not say that. But I never said that. Wink, nod, wink. Hey Miller, wink. But yes, I mean, I don't see any Air Force. I just see it's basically Sky Guards versus Scythes.
Although you can't discount that the 52 might come from Ringer.
I mean, if you're talking, I mean, this is kind of a bigger discussion, I suppose. But if you're talking about, you know, population numbers and things like that, if you notice how many outfits each server brought, Cobalt brought or was represented by about twice as many outfits as Miller. Maybe not exactly, but at least a decent percentage more. And I wonder if it's much easier to get that 192 or that 240 when you have a bigger pool to pull from, as opposed to trying to just cherry pick your most, you know, hardcore elite outfits, and you end up being short. You know, you think, hey, you know, we picked the 12 best outfits on our server, and we'll go head to head with whatever they have. Well, that's great in theory, but if you can't field, you know, on the day, if you're 20 people short because you didn't have enough outfits to pull from, those 20 people are more important than any, you know, gun skills that you're bringing to the table.
Well, yeah. Cobalt also has smaller outfit, but more of them. So I think that's kind of in line with how many outfits they brought.
Well, actually, coming back to the actual fight, Miller has tried to make an offensive push on Freyr substation, but the problem is the capture point isn't super exposed to air, but it has a lot of windows and has a lot of doors, and all the VS, that is Cobalt, are doing is just spamming all the windows, AV grenades, C4, light assaulting, rocket pods, bulldogs, simply to the point that the Miller infantry force has been suppressed really badly, and they've just been all wiped out.
2.5 minutes till VS has access to Anvari.
There's a lot of Miller infantry spawning in at the Octagon. They actually have all 4 points. We see a lot of scythes that are coming in that are actually just dropping out of the skies to try and get on the points. Got pilots dropping with their ejection seats trying to cause some havoc.
So you're right, the Anvari Frozen Reservoir, which is the outpost just before they get to the biolab, is under contention. The Cobalt Air Force is blowing up all the defensive turrets as a preemptive measure. Does not look like Miller has responded yet at all. In terms of actually infantry on the ground, very few.
Nothing.
But the problem is that one Galaxy, whether or not they actually drop people, does not look like it.
Yeah, he did drop a couple people.
And that's maybe the pilot bailing out.
Not much.
You know, Miller keeps pushing very hard for Octagon to make, you know, platoon, you know, plus type
I
pushes
wonder
on
whether or not it's the value, because Octagon, okay, it's worth some points, and yes, okay, it's a gateway to get towards Isotech plant and maybe get around to Valley substation, but at the end of the day, it blocks itself into Sayre listening post. I question whether or not Octagon's the right approach.
Well, I was thinking, I mean, is it the right approach mostly because if you're going to push on Octagon, you need to have air.
It depends if the rest of the map...
then you're not going to take the base.
Yeah, and it also depends if the rest of the map is playing into that favour, where you can afford to do so. I don't think they can, because they're losing the north, the south, they're losing the south. Actually, Weimar Southern Reach is about to fall. It's about to go into...
Ghost-capped by a platoon.
Well, I don't know about Ghost Cap, maybe a certain team left, but the problem is all these numbers, like, I can see that there's a huge number of Miller forces at Octagon and Bridgewood again, so we're going to have a look at there, but the problem is they are losing. I don't think Miller should be attacking unless all their bases are defended. They should be hot-scotching around, jumping to different bases that are under contention and saving. If all bases are saved, or under contention but they're not under hack, then Miller should probably be attacking, because Cobalt, let's be fair here, none of their bases are under attack, and they're pushing. When one of their bases is under attack, they go back and defend. When all bases are defended, then they go back on the offensive again. Whereas Miller's...
For some reason,
yeah,
Miller is defending the Snowseer Watchtower pretty handily. But Anvari Frozen, they haven't devoted anything to that. Literally a
they
couple
are.
guys, and that's it.
The problem is that they've redeployed now with enough numbers, but it's too late. The problem is that they've come in with 30 seconds to go, and it's a exposed area. They're just not going to get there in time. It's an infantry deploy.
Place to try to.
VS are entrenched.
And they've got themselves a Sunder, and they've got themselves a bunch of Sunders, and they're pulling Lightnings now. But this is 2 minutes too late.
Yeah. And I don't know what they're going to do with all that stuff when they're done with it.
Well, the problem is that, right, so the base is captured, and it's now been taken over by Cobalt. The Sunder that was deployed is now in a no-deploy field, so it needs to back off. Crucially, the VS now has a hard point and a Sunder spawn that they can attack the Miller forces from behind. I mean, there's so much Miller forces incoming, but again, this should have happened 2 minutes ago. Miller should be focusing on the defensing of all their attacked base before they then focus on pushing out.
Yeah, 2 minutes ago,
And you know where that number's come from. All those numbers have come from Octagon. The attack on Octagon's crushed and been destroyed. And right now, the populations are still 52 to 46. The South Bulwark is being attacked and is completely uncontested. So now Miller is attacking this base.
Cap's already underway.
And if they can make the save, no, they can't. They can't get the Biolab because it's Miller's managed to move in now. It's super important. This capture point is super important because it prevents the attack on the Biolab. So Miller's correct in staying here and defending, or rather attacking the space. But importantly, in the south, the Bulwark is completely uncontested. I think Miller can afford to abandon the Octagon attack and possibly even abandon some of the defense they've got at Bridgeward, because they heavily outnumber the Vanu, and stop the 2 minute time left on the Bulwark.
There's not even that many people there. It's only, a couple of squads at the Bulwark for the VS.
And the thing is, there wasn't that very many people outside Anvari either. It was only a squad. But Miller supremely, well, not to say overreacted, but that was probably the right thing to do, but it was far too late. And it looks like some of Cobalt's Air Force has come to the Bulwark. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Where is the response? And we're not seeing it.
Well, the VS from Anvari are coming back to Frozen Reservoir. All those people there pulling out to come deal with this.
Right, there's some... Okay, so we've got a squad spawn drop of NC on the roof of the capture point, but they're now being bombed. Oh, nice! I love that! Okay, so in came a Miller Galaxy. He just said, Scythe? What Scythe? No Scythe. Dropped his squad and blew up the Scythe with a ram. Very good. But the problem is, all the Miller forces are dropping on the same point. They're getting C4'd. Need to spread it between the two doors. C4 on the floor. There are a lot of hiding Vanu forces. Lots of heavy assaults. Lots of explosives. I don't know if there's many Miller forces left over. They are throwing res grenades, but the problem is, my mouse has stopped moving, so we're only looking at this one angle. It doesn't look like it's enough. It's Resnade Central. The maxes are down. Oh, Cobalt holds the ground.
There's a shitload of people in on A point, so.
Whoa.
This is an uphill battle.
Chill, ears. My virgin ears.
Nah, you're okay.
Okay, so now there's another push coming from large stairs from Miller on the capture points. 15 seconds to go. Vanu needs to fall back on, and my mouse would be nice if you start working, please. 10 seconds. Oh, they finally made a save. So they did come back at just the right time. Mercenaries have turned up. I recognize some of the names. And it's got to be at least one or two other outfits or squads helping out as well. It is a big response to what was essentially only a small force of attackers. But they have made the save. And come on, mouse, wake up. There we go.
Yeah, for some reason the VS are not committing a whole lot to taking out Anvari.
Oh, well, okay, now we got reinforcements for the Vanu team, Cobalt. We can see that they're spawning in quite large numbers from their Sunders, and I'm learning how to use the observer camera now with just my keyboard.
So where's the VS force? Where are other infantry?
Right now, last time I saw, there was a huge armor column.
What's the population numbers of the Bulwark, percentage-wise, for VS and NC?
Because in 40 seconds, Reservoir is going to come back to NC control.
So a good force of Miller Lightnings are taking care of the spawns against Cobalt. So Cobalt has still got air control, but there's just so many NC, well, I guess Ground Forces, Lightnings, they've definitely got the capture point. That's not going to be under contention. Trying to see.
VS push in on 8 point.
From where?
Reservoir. Lots.
It's a big push.
But this NC team is doing an awesome job holding it, except for all that C4 that's popping up from the.
I see that. A few seconds.
Now it's
there. Is it a last second? Oh no, they've got the point.
Even though they resecured it, are they going to be able to hold that resecure? There's a lot of VS that are coming up those stairs.
No, but it is super important that they got it.
That was a very confusing cap. I don't understand why. Where was the VS? How come they didn't come back?
Maybe they did. Look, the fact is, understand from the VS's point of view, they are on a roll. So I mean, if they want to choose to attack one place, they can do so.
Yeah, but they had a lot of people in Invari Bio left. I was in there when they started the cap.
Did they not come back?
They just pulled out. And I don't know where they went. I thought they were coming to Reservoir.
Well, they're slowly taking Snowshare. They've got population advantage of Snowshare. They don't have population at Reservoir. There is a Miller attack that has leapfrogged and is now chemical. So they've actually jumped forward, which is nice. I very, very much like that. Possibly just one infiltrator, but that's all it needs to be, which means now all the fighting currently going on in Anvari Reservoir is redundant. So if you're NC, get your backsides to Pale Canyon Chemical, because that's where the fight's now at. I don't see much Air Force for the Cobalt team. Maybe a couple of scythes, one scythe maybe with just ground attack primary. Come on, these Miller guys, they need to get yourself over to the next base. Staying here isn't going to be helpful.
Wonder how they're expecting to get over there with.
And if you're Cobalt,
with gals maybe.
Cobalt has Air Force. They should be just fly a guy in and drop. Now, okay, now I'll follow this chap, see what he can pull off.
Looks like VS are recapping the point at Pale Canyon, so it looks like Miller may be missing an opportunity here.
That one chat was a hero. He managed to get himself the capture point. It's Cobalt hero. Oh, it's a bad day now. Say hello to my Max. Cheers, GG. Oh, that was some Miller. Hey, Bestan, how are you doing? So, Any Elite has now moved in. I can see that they are on the capture point. So, Any Elite, if anyone wants to stream snipe, lol, they're now at Pale Canyon Chemical. Whether or not they get reinforced, it looks like it's mainly just a max force, possibly a Sunder and Squad Beacon. So, they're moving in. It depends whether or not all the forces. There's still 1224 for NC and Vari Frozen Reservoir. They, assuming the spawn rules are in place, there is a Sunder there, so they should just redeploy and get over here and reinforce as quickly as possible.
They VS are not here anymore, except that's
couple of scythes, rocket podding and main primary bombarding. The problem with this capture point is that you can stay indoors on the 2 points, and it's relatively safe from rocket podding.
Still quite a bit of fighting going on at the up north Snowshear. VS have both points. 8 points still under NC control. That's really all they have left.
Yep. I'm gonna have a quick peek at Snowshear. You keep watching Pale Canyon Chemical, okay?
Alright.
So I'm having a look at Snowshear. The mission system is not making it any easier for me to tell what's going on. Go away, mission system. No one likes you. I'm going to have to check the old-fashioned way. Okay, so Charlie capture point is under Vanu Hold. Bravo capture point.
Well, if you like armor battles, I can tell you to definitely get to Bridge Ward right now, because it is one of the biggest ones I've seen in quite some time, live or otherwise.
Right, we're at Bridge Ward.
Huge battles. Over Bridge Ward right now.
Wow, okay, so we have... Yes, it is Lightnings versus Mag Riders. You are indeed correct. We have a bunch of Mag Riders. They're on the hillside. They don't have a reverse ledge, which means they are easier to hit. But then again, at the same time, Miller's Lightning Force...
They're Skyguard Lightnings.
No, they're not. Some of them are AP.
Yes,
Look underneath the bridge.
They are.
No, mate, I'm actually looking at them right now. The Miller Force has AP.
Skyguard barrel right now.
That's good for you, but on my stream they're AP, so therefore it's AP.
There you go. See, the official stream says they're AP.
The official streams... Don't make me mute you, mate.
I would not do that.
And we're looking here underneath the Sunder, and it's interesting, is the overwhelming force from the Miller's Lightning Force. It looks like Miller is slowly pushing back the...
Going up that ridge.
I mean, they are pushing back the Cobalt in, ground vehicles. And the capture point again is coming under contention. It looks like Miller has come in and made a save on their bridge wards, and the Vanu armor's been pushed back. Now the question is, there are still fresh mag riders coming in, AP rounds. Now they're at the top of the hill. They should be able to, you know, basically they can back off from the top of the hill and not get hit. And they're using their range advantage and they're strafing. It's up to Miller now to decide what they do with all their lightnings, whether or not they continue to push up the hillside. Right, going back
they could
to
do it. They could take them.
Pale Canyon Chemical.
Pale Canyon is going to be a
Wow.
huge save if they're able to get it, because that point is getting bombarded.
Wow.
It is so close. There it goes.
The problem is RO's now on the point, Innie's on the point. 20 seconds, there's so many Vanu and they're constantly being bombarded.
They're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, but let's be clear here.
Cobalt with the save.
Look at the population numbers though. It's 80% to 20%. It's just a last minute save. And some mercs maybe dropping in. It's hard to tell who the names are at the moment. There's a lot of res grenades going on, but the problem is
it's not enough.
It's not enough, and it's the Air Force.
Holy cow, that's a lot of guys. That's probably at least 6 squads worth of guys.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. So, when you're attacking, it's too easy to react as a defense, but that was done well. Miller did that earlier, but they reacted too late. But Cobalt did it with Galaxies and dropped on the point and were able to get to the point in successful and good enough time. I don't know what Cobalt could have done, what Miller could have done better, whether they could have pulled more vehicles from the terminal, got them inside, harassers or whatnot, because at the end of the day it's the Air Force that really helped Cobalt there on the defense of Pale Canyon Chemical.
Miller Armor has won the battle.
At
Bridgeward went to Pale Canyon, or actually no, it looks like the people from Snowshear Watchtower redeployed to Pale Canyon, so that's where they were
wouldn't say
from.
that Miller's armor won the Bridgeward, because it looks like fresh reinforcements of Mag Riders are coming down the hill, and also we see that Cobalt's Air Force has turned up, and they're helping suppress.
Now the battle's back underway.
There is 24 to 48 VS that are completely 100% popping Eli Forest Pass right now. So given 2.5 minutes, and they'll have access to Eli Am Station without a single shot.
So they've taken. So basically, Oh wow! So the save and Bulwark was for nothing, because we missed that, unfortunately. Bulwark was taken by the Cobalt forces. Did you see if it was uncontested or was it fought for?
It was fought for. I wonder if Miller had to redivert resources to either the Bridgeward fight or maybe Pale Canyon to try and push those through.
Now
and
they're
they ended up.
And it looks like
armor.
Yep. So Cobalt's got air control. They have a Galaxy respawn. They have probably 1, if not 2 squads on the capture point, including a Max at Ailey Forest Pass. No response from Miller. Now, if we were to follow the example that Cobalt just did, they came in roughly on the 50-second marker, maybe 1 minute marker, and started to supremely overspawn Pale Canyon Chemical. Now the question is Miller going to do the same to Cobalt? Because it's a long run from the spawn room to get to the capture point, even though there's a building in the way.
There are VS Gals dropping on the Miller
reinforcements
on Bridgeward, and then NC Gals dropping on top of the VS Gals that just dropped on point.
So Miller has come in with Galaxies and air escorts. They're dropping in big numbers, properly this time. It looks like they're going to save Ailey Force Pass. At least you'd hope they'd save Ailey Force Pass with this number of air forces and infantry reinforcement.
They did it at the expense of Bridgeward, though. There is an entire armada of tanks and Galaxies inside just waiting to see a sniff of NC and blow them out of the sky.
Lots of AV grenades going off. There's still a couple of Vanu forces on the capture point, at least a heavy assault, some lashers. But it does look like Miller has saved Ailey Force Pass.
And they're actually doing a really good job at Bridgeward. Maybe I spoke too soon. For as many Mag Riders and Sunders are out here at Bridgeward, they're not being able to actually push in and disrupt the point that much. There's a lot of NC Maxes just waiting to shotgun anybody that pokes their head up.
Yeah, I think their push is for Eli, but they're being held up here.
Uh-huh. So anyway, it's, I love you too, person who sent me friend request. So we were looking now back at Bridgeward, and the actual capture point is safe. And is that because?
Not for long though. VS.
It's because of Delta,
south.
which Delta at Octagon has been temporarily. No, okay, it's been saved. That's what was holding them up. That's why they couldn't get Bridgeward capture point. So now the Bridgeward the cap point has been hacked or taken over by the Cobalt forces. That's Vanu, the purple guys. And wow, check just lots and lots of. This is going to take a huge save, especially given. I mean, this is how you attack a base. You have air control, you have mag riders, which Miller Force can't afford to have. You have plenty of Sunders surrounding the base, and just overwhelming infantry force. If we have a look at the map, are there any bases that are under attack? Pale Canyon Chemical looks like that, although they're going for Bridgeward, it looks like they're actually going to lose Pale Canyon Chemical. It looks like Miller has come back. Interesting.
I'm surprised they actually have so many people here at Bridgeward. They don't need, the 20 mag riders.
Oh, Bridgeward's just been saved. I was going to say, is anyone going to save Bridgeward? But it looks like...
Yeah, it's a gal drop.
And again, that was like 30 seconds to go. That's painful.
One gal drop isn't going to make this, though. They needed 4 gal drops.
Well, they are actually doing a pretty good job of clearing out the room with their res grenades.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, for maybe a minute or something like that.
True for a minute. Now the
sustaining
VS are
for
back
4.
We got reinforcements from Miller coming on the capture point, but it's too little, too late. It looks like mercenaries are coming in. They're dropping their guys onto Pale Canyon Chemical, but there's just simply too many. These guys, mercenaries, should have been here earlier, and that's the problem. They might be able to do something, but the problem is there's just too many Vanny forces. They're outnumbered 2-1, and it was a kind of a desperate gal drop.
They're just spread too thin. They're just thin. They have so many fires that they need to put out.
It's a lot of fires, and it's not just the fires that they're having to put out. They're having to fly into enemy contested airspace and then drop while being bombed on the ground, while fighting in numbers 2-1, and then point and hold it for 40 seconds. It's basically a smack of desperation, because realistically speaking, you want to have air control. You want to control the airspace. You have plenty of Sunders, and maybe even some vehicles, and then control the spawn, the capture point itself.